My name is Elena Ashford, and if you'd asked my sister, she would have told you that some women are meant to be chosen, and some are meant to step aside gracefully. I stood in my parents' living room on Christmas Eve, watching Vanessa show off her engagement ring under the chandelier, and 18 months of her certainty that she deserved my life crystallized into something sharp and waiting. The ring was a 2-carat emerald cut, platinum band, the exact ring I'd sent to Tyler when we'd talked about getting engaged. Tyler was 32, a corporate attorney with perfect teeth and a talent for making lies sound like inevitability. We'd dated for 3 years, moved in together, talked about summer weddings and maybe a dog before kids. Then Vanessa came home. She was 26, 4 years younger than me, and she'd spent the last 2 years in Paris pretending to be a photographer. My parents called it finding herself. I called it avoiding responsibility with our grandfather's money. When she came back last June, tanned and worldly, she'd walked into our apartment, Tyler's and mine, for what was supposed to be a quick visit. She'd stayed for coffee, then dinner. Then she was stopping by twice a week because Tyler's so easy to talk to. In August, Tyler came home quiet. "We need to talk," he'd said. And I'd known. The way you know when something's been rotting quietly behind the walls. "I didn't plan this," he'd said, which was the first lie. "But Vanessa and I, there's something there. Something I can't ignore. We've been together 3 years. I know, and I thought that was enough. But Elena, when you know, you know." His eyes had gone soft, like he was the victim of his own profundity. "I think this is fate." Fate. "She understands me in a way." He'd stopped. "I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did. You'll move on. You're strong. Independent." He'd said it like those were flaws. "Vanessa needs me differently." Vanessa had called that night. "Elena, I need you to understand," she'd said, breathless with urgency. "I didn't want this. But you can't fight fate. Tyler and I, it's like the universe put us in each other's path. I put you in his path," I'd said. "When I introduced you." "Exactly, see? It was always meant to happen." She'd paused. "And honestly, Ellie, you two weren't right. You're too focused on work. Tyler needs someone present. Someone who prioritizes connection." "You mean someone unemployed?" "That's cruel," she'd said. "Just because I'm not chained to a desk doesn't mean I'm not building a life." I'd hung up. What Vanessa didn't know, what Tyler had somehow never mentioned, was what I actually did. I wasn't just focused on work. I was a senior forensic accountant at Reich and Associates, specializing in fraud detection for high-net-worth divorce cases. I tracked hidden assets, offshore accounts, and financial abuse patterns. I was very, very good at finding things people wanted to stay hidden. And I'd started tracking Tyler the day he moved out, not because I wanted him back. Because men who lie about love usually lie about other things, too. It took 2 weeks to find the credit card I didn't know about. The one with charges in. Paris from 14 months ago. Hotels, restaurants, 2 tickets to Nice. Tyler had visited Vanessa in France 4 times, while we were still living together. Work trips, he'd said. London, he'd told me. Client meetings. I'd pulled his expense reports. Not a single London charge. Then I'd found the voicemails. Tyler had a habit of leaving himself voice memos, reminders, ideas, observations. He synced them to a cloud account we used to share for photos before. He'd forgotten to remove me. I'd downloaded 43 messages. Most were mundane. A few were explosive. One, dated March 15th, 5 months before the breakup, it was Tyler talking to himself after a phone call. I'd saved it, backed it up 3 times, and waited. Because Tyler and Vanessa had done something I'd never expected. They'd gotten my parents on their side. "Elena, sweetheart," my mother had said over lunch in September. "I know this is hard, but don't you think you're being a little punitive?" "Punitive. Vanessa feels terrible. She's in love, and you're making her feel guilty for it. She should feel guilty. They didn't plan this," my father had added. "These things happen. You're 30 years old. You'll meet someone else. And you want me to what? Go to their wedding?" My mother's eyes had lit up. "Would you? It would mean so much to Vanessa. She wants you there. She misses her sister." I'd smiled. "I'll think about it." What I'd actually thought was, let them plan it. Let them believe they've won. Tyler proposed to Vanessa in October. Took her to Napa, got down on one knee at sunset, posted it on Instagram with the caption, "When you know, you know." Vanessa had called me crying happy tears. I wish you could be happy for me, Ellie. I'm working on it, I'd said. By December, they'd set a date. April 14th, spring wedding, garden venue. Vanessa asked, I'm working on it, I'd said. By December, they'd set a date. April 14th, spring wedding, garden venue. Vanessa asked me to be a bridesmaid. I want you next to me, she'd said. You're my sister. This doesn't have to ruin us. Okay, I'd said. She'd hugged me. Tyler had looked relieved. And I'd smiled. Christmas Eve dinner was at my parents' house. 23 people. Aunts, uncles, cousins, family friends. Vanessa had insisted on announcing the wedding details to everyone at once. She stood in front of the fireplace in a red dress that probably cost more than my rent. Tyler beside her with his arm around her waist. We just want to say thank you, Vanessa began, for all the love and support. Planning this wedding has been a dream, and we're so excited to celebrate with all of you in April.